Michael Saylor just bought another bunch of Bitcoin. He now holds 660,624 Bitcoin. Just yesterday, he bought $1 billion worth in Bitcoin at around $90,500 per Bitcoin. So huge buys, which takes us to a place of, is now Bitcoin gonna go back up? Is this just him trying to make Bitcoin go up? What is this about? But without further ado, let's jump right into it and start the video. Welcome everyone, hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I personally had a very good weekend. All the options that I showed you in the last video, or even on Monday, I don't remember which one was, but all my options, they paid out. So on the Solana side and on the Ethereum side, I was profitable on all of them. So I'm very happy. And speaking of Solana and Ethereum, let's start looking at the charts so we can understand a little bit on the market situation. We are currently looking at Bitcoin at $90,280. We have Ethereum at $31.24, and we have Solana at $136. Going back to Bitcoin, we are seeing a very funneled Bollinger Bands, which usually means that we're about to explode to either side, up or down. Usually we need to use other indicators and other macro and geopolitical news to decide or to speculate to which side will it be. But after that huge buy from Michael Saylor strategy, maybe we're gonna see some bullishness, but who knows? Right now it doesn't look bullish. It keeps getting lower lows and lower highs, which is a bearish trend. Same thing applies to Ethereum and to Solana, and these two are the strikes that I sold. If you remember, I sold 120 and 112 put for Solana, and both of these made me some money. Now I actually sold calls on Solana. I sold an 148 call on Solana for Friday the 12th, and for Ethereum I actually sold an iron condor, meaning that Ethereum needs to stay inside this range for me to be profitable. And you might be thinking, this range is huge. We have at the top 3,600 and at the bottom 2,750. Isn't that very, very high of a range? Yes, it is very high. Last week I made 8% with another iron condor. This week is going to be around 4% if Ethereum manages to stay inside this price. But why did I choose such wide strikes? Because this week we have the FOMC, so we have a lot of volatility, and yesterday we had a huge bump in volatility, which allowed me to get in at very good prices, keeping my strikes super far away, meaning that my range of profit is very wide while maintaining a good ROI. 4% a week is fantastic. So I took this between 3,600 and 2,750. If Ethereum stays at that price by early morning, my time on Friday, then I make that 4%. So I believe that we are good to go on this. And I even drew a line right here coming from this top, which was on October 7th. We have not broken this top. We tested it on October 27th. Then we did not get even close on it on November 11th. And now we're testing it for the third time because we tested it December 4th. And now we're testing it again. If we break, we need to wait a few days to see if it's gonna hold or if it's just gonna test and then keep going down. But we are also on a downtrend right here, meaning that we have to wait and see. But because there's a lot of volatility this week alone because of the FOMC on Wednesday, and then I think on Thursday or Friday, the European Central Bank is also going to be releasing information regarding their rate cuts or their rate increases. This creates huge volatility in the market. So I'm just waiting it out. I got a very, very safe iron condor. Hopefully it stays inside and I am able to make some money out of it. Looking at other currencies, as I said, Bitcoin is at 9K300, Bitcoin at 31.28, XRP is at $2.08, BNB at $900, Solana at 136. Then we have Hyperliquid at $29.94, and Zcash that fell all the way to 17th. When we covered it a few videos ago, and maybe 5-6 videos ago, it was around $730, and now it is at $422, but still very, very positive for people who bought in prior or after that $700 crash. We are still very fearful in the market. We have been for the past week in extreme fear, and we haven't seen anything above extreme fear in a few days now. But this is to be expected. This is not the end of the year that anyone was expecting. There were some folks here and there that were very bearish, but the overall market sentiment was that this was going to be a very good Q4, and people were waiting for this and got liquidated by going long, huge leverages. There were a lot of hacks, there was a lot of liquidations. So there's a lot of uncertainties, and even people who stepped out indefinitely from the market, which makes this extreme fear very valid in my opinion. And if you watch my other video, you know that we are in a sticky situation when it comes to where crypto is gonna go now because of the death cross that we just saw. So we have to keep an eye on that, especially if you have a lot of leverage going on. You can get liquidated, very fast and very easily by just playing directions in these conditions. And if you don't know what to do or where to go when markets are bad, we have the copy trading, which is literally a vault where you deposit your money, just like Hyperliquid has these vaults. You deposit your money and someone will be trading for you. In this case, it is someone from our team. Most of the time it is Sven, the founder of the topics. And we have two vaults right now, one that only trades Bitcoin options and the other that trades Ethereum, Solana, and every other altcoin option that we have available. And the altcoin options, because we have more volatility, we are able to squeeze a lot more out of it. So the first month that this strategy went live, November, the first month, we made 10.39% returns on this, which projected goes to 123% per year. And even after the success fees, which makes sense, someone is trading and is making money for you, it is still a very, very profitable strategy. And you might be saying, but what are your trades? What are you doing? I don't know anything. I just want to know a little bit more. If you click on explore more, you now have statistics. You have all the trades right here to filter, metrics, everything that you need to make sure your mind and your heart is at peace with what you see. The ZeroDT has been alive and paying very, very well for over a year now, 1 year and almost 6 months, and this has $3 million. And the one that just started last month now has almost $3.5 million in assets under management. So a lot of people are very excited to go here, and they're even migrating the money from one to the other vault because this one is paying a lot more compared. For example, November, this one did 3.37 and this did 10.39. So of course, a lot of people are migrating one for the other. And if you want to join or if you want to understand, the first link in the description will bring you to the topics, and you can register and deposit right here, or you can just click on education, and here we have a free course. You don't need to deposit anything, and this course will bring you from zero to hero how to trade options, from simple strategies to advanced strategies, multi-leg strategies, which is personally what I do, like the Iron Condor, for example, which has 4 legs. If you want to learn how to do this by yourself instead of using the copy trading, we have this course for free. First link in the description. You can register and just click on education after that. And if you have friends who want to trade, you can refer them and get a commission out of their success fees. So the fees that we collect, you get as a rebate for bringing people in as affiliates. And before we end, last but not least, we have to talk about strategy. They even released the Form 8K saying that they bought another 10,624 Bitcoin just yesterday alone. This was posted today regarding yesterday. So strategy is still very, very bullish when it comes to buying crypto. There was news saying that they were going to sell Bitcoin, but I don't think that's the case. And I don't think that's the case right now, especially with Bitcoin falling. I think they would like to raise more capital to keep buying Bitcoin as it falls, because it makes way more sense for them, especially if you hear how Michael Saylor talks about Bitcoin and the future of Bitcoin, which he projects is going to be worth over $1 million per Bitcoin. So it makes only sense for them to be buying, stacking up more and more Bitcoin every time. So what are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know down in the comments. Where do you see the market going? I am still running the poll regarding the condition of the market, the prices of the cryptocurrencies by Christmas Eve. We have a few people responding already. If you haven't commented in any of the prior videos, let me know. What do you think the price will be of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana by the morning of Christmas Eve? So I'll be waiting for a comment down below, and then also lets me know that you watched all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so much. Hopefully we have another green week. I'll see you guys on Friday for another updates. And now we're back with the shorts. So Tuesday to Thursday, you should be seeing shorts right here on the channel. Thank you very much. Take care. Peace.